going to be talking about solving equations. So right here behind me, we have an equation. Our equation reads 11z minus 5 equals 9z plus 7. So, first things first, before we can even think about solving our equations, we need to identify what some of this stuff is. So, we have a constant. Our constant, all our constant is our numbers that's by themselves. So, if we look at this, our constant would be what? -5, +7. Okay? We also have our variable, which is represented by the letter z. That's what we're solving for. So we have our variable, which is z. So we're trying to solve this to get z by itself. So the easiest way to do that is we first need to group what we have that are like. So combine like terms. So if we look at this, we're going to combine our constants. So I'm going to take my purple marker and I'm going to box my constant. And I'm going to take the sign that's in front of it if it has a sign in front. So our first constant that we come to is what? -5. So when I box that, that is one constant. So let's look. Do we have any other number that's by itself? Yes. Our next constant is +7. So are we done? We are. So now we need to group our other terms that we may have. So we need to group our variables. So 11z, we're going to put a circle around that because that's our variable. And then we have what? 9z. We put another circle around that. Okay? So now we're going to solve our problem. So you need to draw a line straight down the equal sign because we're going to be working across the equal sign. Okay? And this line lets us know that it's an equal sign. So you want to get all your constants to the right side of the equal sign and all your variables to the left side. But we're going to work one by one. So we have -5. So in order for it to cancel out over here, because it has to cancel out, we have to move it to the other side, we have to do the opposite. So the opposite of -5 is what? +5. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. So we added +5 to this constant. We're going to add +5 to this constant, right? So now, draw your line. So -5 + 5, that cancels out. So because it cancels out, we're going to draw a big Z because it canceled, okay? We're going to bring our 11Z down. We have nothing here. We bring our equal sign down. We bring our 9Z down. And then what is 7 + 5? 7 + 5 gives you what? A +12. Okay? So now we need our what? We need our 9Z to move over here. Same thing. Because this 9Z is positive, to move it to the other side, we're going to have to do what? The opposite of addition, remember, is subtraction. So we subtract 9Z. So -9Z minus 9Z. Guys, remember, whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So we draw a line. So +9 minus 9 is a canceled out. So we have a big Z. So 11 minus 9 is what? When you subtract that, you get what? 2Z, right? Equals, we bring down our 12. So are we done? No, because z has to be by itself. So now we divide by 2. Divide by 2. That cancels. We're left with what? 2 goes into 12 how many times? 6. So z equals 6. Okay guys, so now we're going to work 2 example problems on solving with our variable. So the first thing is we're going to take our marker and we're going to box our constants. Okay? And then we're going to circle our variable, right? So if you notice here, it only has what? One constant, right? Don't let that trick you up, even though it only has one constant, okay? So we're going to draw a line down the middle. And we're going to subtract 4. So minus 4, minus 4. So see, I brought this 4 over here because we're not subtracting it from our variable. We're subtracting it from this space. So pretend there's a 0 there, okay? So this cancels out. Now we need to bring ourselves down. So we have 3x equals 2x minus 4. So now we need to move our variable to the other side of the equal sign. So minus 2x, minus 2x. That cancels out. 3 minus 2 gives you what? 1x equals negative 4 because we have to bring it down. We're not done. We always have to divide by the number in front of the variable. So divide by 1. Divide by 1. X is equal to negative 4. Okay? So now let's look at our next example. We have 9 minus x equals negative 3x plus 2. Okay? So same thing. Box our constants. We're going to circle our variable. If you notice, is there a number in front of x? No. So anytime you have a variable and there's no number in front, it's a 1. So you put a 1 in front. So now we're ready to circle. And now we can draw a line straight down. So let's move our constant. So minus 9 on this side, minus 9 on this side. This cancels out. So we have negative 1x equals negative 3x. Okay, so we have positive 2 minus 9. So you need to look. Your sign belongs to the bigger number. So our negative 9 is our bigger number. So we're going to keep our minus, and that gives us a 7. Okay? So now we need to move our 3x to the other side. So because it's a minus, we're going to add. This cancels out. Same thing. Negative 1x plus 3x gives us 2x equals, bring down our negative 7. Divide by the number in front of x. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. That cancels out, so you're left with x is equal to negative 7 over 2. Okay? So now I want you to practice some of these problems on your own.